I remember the day clearly when I first wandered into the enchanting world of Peter Rabbit. The tiny garden gate creaked open, revealing a whimsical land of scampering rabbits and mysterious paths. I could almost hear Peter's excited giggles as he defied his mother's warnings, diving into Mr. McGregor's garden. The rustling leaves whispered secrets of adventures. Burrows dotted the landscape like hidden treasures. The scent of freshly picked vegetables filled the air. "Beware the garden," Mrs. Rabbit's voice echoed. Yet the allure of the forbidden was simply too great for a young rabbit's heart. Meet the rabbit family, Peter and his siblings. I recall the bustling rabbit warren, alive with chatter. Peter, the adventurous one, led his siblings with a hint of mischief in his eyes. Flopsy, the eldest, was always cautious, keeping an eye out. Mopsy, bright and curious, followed Peter but often sought Flopsy's guidance. Cottontail, the youngest, clung close to Mother, a mix of innocence and wide-eyed wonder. Each morning Mrs. Rabbit gathered her children, Peter, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. Her advice was always wise, yet Peter's adventurous spirit often led them astray, sparking tales of daring and wisdom. Mr. McGregor's garden, a tempting adventure. I can still remember the day vividly. The sun was shining, and the air smelled faintly sweet, full of spring. My siblings, Peter especially, couldn't resist the allure of Mr. McGregor's garden. Lush lettuces, juicy radishes, plump peas. Peter, daring as always, squeezed through the gate. I watched him dash past rows of vegetables, eyes wide with excitement. The thrill in his voice was undeniable. "It's worth the risk," he whispered, plucking a carrot. But I knew the danger lurking within, a farmer with a stern face and a swift hand. Peter's escapade, sneaking into the forbidden garden. I remember it as if it were yesterday. Peter, my curious brother, couldn't resist the temptation. Despite Mother's clear warning, he squeezed under the gate into Mr. McGregor's garden. His little heart raced, but the allure of fresh vegetables was too great. First, he devoured some juicy lettuce. Next, he nibbled on radishes. Then he indulged in French beans. Suddenly, he found himself face to face with Mr. McGregor. Panic struck. Peter dashed under the bushes and hopped through the rows of vegetables, trying to find his way out. A narrow escape. The chase begins. Barely had I stepped out of the burrow when I heard the dreaded rustle. My heart pounded. I knew those sounds well. I rushed through the underbrush, my paws barely touching the ground. I spotted my little ones ahead, their wide eyes filled with fear. I nudged them forward, urging them to haste. Through the briars, we scampered, not daring to look back. The wind whooshed through the trees, masking our hurried breaths.